Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Welcome everybody. Oh my goodness, how's everybody doing? How's everyone? Welcome back. I'm so glad to see you all. How do I sound? It sounds a little bit low on my end, but you all let me know. It sounds a little low. Oh, no worries, V-Dub. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, let me know what it sounds like. Everything's good, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just my headphones. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining today's live stream. It's Thursday. Doesn't is it just me or does time go by so fast? I'm like, wasn't it Monday like yesterday? But no, it wasn't. It was Wednesday yesterday. So thank you so much. I'm so happy to see you all. I missed you all yesterday, but we did have a video. Yeah. Did you all watch it? It was crazy, wasn't it? So the thing is, I do want to talk about what we watched yesterday before we get into our main programming here because we need to talk about that. Okay. We need to talk about how that update basically makes sense with a lot of what we've been talking about here on this channel. I mean, we are on Watts Island. We will always be, I think, forever until we get answers. And so I think, yeah, I just want to talk about it because true sorry, it's not true crime, it's crime talk. Crime talks Scott Reich. Is that am I saying it correctly? Is that his name? He basically gave us an update on Chris Watts and why the DA, it seems like they were trying to hide graphic images and they were trying not to prejudice the jury. Hello? What do you mean you're not trying to prejudice the jury? Nicole Kessinger was involved. So the whole thing to me was just so weird because, again, Nicole Kessinger was involved and, or at least more involved than she said that she was. And so I thought it was just really weird that the district attorney thought about not bringing in certain photos because they were too graphic and it might change the opinion of the jury. What did we think about that? Should I bring it up? You know what? Let's just go ahead and bring it up. I'm gonna bring up the video from yesterday with Crime Talk because I do want to discuss it with you guys in real time. Because yeah, I mean, you guys saw my reaction, but the thing is, the whole thing was, I mean, it was so crazy. I wanted to talk to you all as it was happening. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Oh, my hat. Is it my hat or there's something flying on the brim of my hat? Okay. Let's see. Where is it? I'm just going to go ahead and pull it up real quick because oh, here it is. Is it this one? No, it's not. I'm like, "Oh my gosh." Okay, here it is. All right. Yeah, too graphic. Yeah, was it like too gory, too graphic? It did sound like it wasn't the gory, it was the twistery. Yeah, the twistery. Yes. So the thing is, it's not that. Is it this one? Yeah, here it is. Okay. So it's not that the photos of what Chris Watts did to his family were gory or too graphic. No. What it sounds like is that they didn't want to bring in the explicit graphic photos that were found in Chris Watts's phone. It's the ones that are hiding in his calculator app. Those, the ones of Nicole Kessinger in her Walmart bikini and possibly others. And so that is what I found very, very strange, especially considering that Nicole Kessinger was the mistress. And so if you're going to try a family annihilator who was clearly cheating on his wife and then murdered his wife and kids to be with that said mistress, then why would you not bring those graphic, explicit images into the trial? I think that is insane. That's crazy. Yeah, they're protecting NK even more now. Exactly. Here, let's just go ahead and see if we can watch maybe like 2 seconds of it, of what this is what last night's video was about, and Yeah, I just wanted to discuss it with you all because, I mean, we're about to get into it, right? This is Chris Watts. He's about to be asked about, whether or what is it? What should happen to the person who kidnapped his family? And he says, I don't know, the death penalty. Yeah, because he deserved the death penalty. And so, if the own perpetrator, if Chris Watts himself knows that he deserved the death penalty, then why on earth didn't Rourke pursue a trial where he can get the death penalty? This is a question that we will never ever answer, but or hopefully, right? Hopefully we will. But let's see. Let's go ahead and just listen in for like a few minutes,
I said what took place in the Brian Kohberger case,
which
right?
I disagree.
Absolutely. He saw the evidence. He knew if a jury saw it, it was so evil, so outrageous that he knew the death penalty was a possibility.
I mean, yeah, definitely for the things that he did, that is on the, obviously everything that he did was so evil, so it was going to go to the death penalty straight there. But what he's talking about here are the explicit images. Let's go ahead and see if I can find it.
Didn't do it. Anyway, the autopsies also noted that inside their mouths were trauma to her jaw. And days before the killing, the image showed a large plastic doll wrapped in a sheet-like fabric,
God.
which he claimed the girls had created while playing. Investigators
I
later
still think
noted a
that's so
similarity to the manner in which Shanann's body was found. Now, Chris Watts was involved in an extramarital affair
Here
with
it
a
is.
coworker.
Here it is.
The then Nicole Kessinger in the weeks leading up to the murders. Now, prosecutors had sought to temporarily seal certain graphic materials prior to trial.
Prosecutors had sought to hide graphic materials during trial. What?
Citing concerns that they would prejudice the jury and reveal evidence that they thought should be held back a little bit.
Why? Why? Why would we hold back evidence of Nicole Kessinger and her Twister games with Chris Watts? Or, mm, what about the three-way Twister? Is that what he's talking about? Are there photos of three-way Twister in there? What on earth? What is this? Oh my God, I'm like choking. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? Ugh. Isn't this crazy? This is the first time I ever hear this. And the thing is that we have speculated on this channel the whole time, whether it was Nicole Kessinger having affairs with other people at Anadarko, whether it was Dwayne Kessinger having connections in the police, whether it was the DA just being an absolute moron, right? Like we have asked all these questions. Why? Why didn't Nicole Kessinger get brought to justice? And here we're hearing this. I mean, at least for me, it's my first time hearing this. Did you guys know this? Did we know that the prosecutor or prosecutors were looking into hiding graphic images of Nicole and Chris and possibly a third Twister player? Th- There's it's just something fishy is going on here. Something fishy. And it's just this is why we're stuck here.
Then Nicole Kessinger in the weeks leading up to the murders. Now, prosecutors had sought to temporarily seal certain graphic materials prior to trial, citing concerns that they would prejudice the jury and reveal evidence that they thought should be held back a little bit.
But why? How would that prejudice the jury, knowing that Nicole Kessinger might have also been involved in it? How would that prejudice them? The only thing that I can think of is, yeah, it would make them think that Nicole Kessinger is involved, and then they would want her brought to justice as well. So, again, this is just me, but to me, it really does sound like DA Michael Rourke just took the shortcut. He's just like, no, I think that's way too much work. If we start doing that and start bringing these photos in, it's going to make the jury think that she's also guilty, which she might be, but you know what? That's too much work. I'd rather not drag this on into my election, please and thank you. Let's just get a really quick win. Fast, speedy, in a rush, in a hurry. Let's get it done. And then that's what happened. What do we think? Because at this point, I think it's clear It's becoming very clear that the DA just wanted this done and sealed up in a little bow. Boop, boop. There we go. We're done. Let's move on to the next. Who else gets a plea deal? Has Rourke ever actually stood at a trial? Like, has he actually brought any of these cases to trial? I'd be curious. At this point, I'm going to look it up, but especially because we have a documentary going on. But yeah, I mean, this is very interesting because if we start seeing Rourke's his win history, win versus loss, trial versus plea deal, then I think we can start finding a little pattern there, right? And I think this is what we want to look into. We're looking into not just bringing Nicole to justice, but also holding Rourke and anybody else in the justice system accountable for not doing their job properly. We are taxpayers for a reason. Do your job. Do your job. Anyway, so this is what I wanted to talk about really quickly because I was in shock when I watched this. I made a video really quickly, but I was kind of, in the middle of it. I'm like, dang, I should have just brought this to the live stream. It would have been, so much better to talk to you guys about it. So it's okay. I mean, we're doing it now. We're doing it now, but oh my goodness, isn't that crazy? Yeah, Rourke has a lot of dope moments. Exactly. Exactly. For all of you guys, does anybody here play Monopoly Go? Yeah, it's Simpsons time. How do I know? Mm, I'm collecting those stickers. That's how I know. But anyway, all right, let's go ahead and get into this. We are about to get to the point where Chris actually gets hooked up to all of the little gadgets, and he's like, "Oh, this one tingles. Is that what it's supposed to do?" And then he lies like an idiot. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it.
Oh, okay.
But no.
Okay. Any other phone calls to anyone else?
Other than Nicole, like when she showed up at the house.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can't get a hold of her, Nicole's there, and then that starts that whole process where you end up driving home. Is that right? Did you call anyone on the way home or call anyone on the way home?
I called Lou, let them know, like, hey, I'm going home and can't find Shanann or the kids, don't know where they are. And he's like, okay, this doesn't mean anything.
Okay. He seems like a pretty cool boss.
Yeah.
Pretty
He is.
understandable.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he seems like a really cool boss. Yeah, yeah, he is. I think. He just told me I can have the rest of the week off. My family is missing. So he's like, yeah, go ahead, take the whole week off. Your family's missing. He's really cool about it. Is this guy stupid? Yes, he is. Why am I even asking that question? Should I put up a poll? Should I put up a poll? Is Chris Watts stupid and see what we get? Are we gonna get 100% or someone just is there's always someone, right? There's always that one person who's like, no, I think he's intelligent. Definitely. Nobel Peace Prize winner over here. Yeah, Chris Watts is so ridiculous. I thought about it. Yeah, should I? Just for funsies? Is Chris Watts a potato head? I mean, that one, I think that one, that one is more subjective, I guess, because potatoes look different for different people, depends on the potato that you get, especially if you go to I don't know, King Super, and then you get those potatoes compared to the ones at Whole Foods, they might look a little different. So, but when it comes to stupidity, right? Is he stupid? I mean, that's pretty objective. He's clearly an idiot. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and add it just for fun. Fun and giggles. Let's go. Shits and giggles. Yeah, let's do it. Oh man, I love this. I love you guys. You guys are so fun. All right, is Chris Watts stupid? What should our fourth option be? Perhaps. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. Need more evidence. That's gonna be it. The third option is need more evidence. Oh man, this is so funny. Wha- Oh man. Oh my God. Okay, I'm like, what? How are we at 80% yes? Hold up. Hold up. Are we in enemy territory here? I'm joking. Need more evidence? That is so funny. Oh my goodness. Oh man, you guys are just trolling. You guys are trolling at this point. Who's the 4%? There's no way. Who's the 3%? Who needs more evidence that Chris Watts is an idiot? I mean, come on. It's okay. Hey, there's more evidence to come. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned. Oh. Mm. Shelly. Glory hole voted. That is funny. Oh man, that is hilarious. Yeah, that's all just glory hole opening a bunch of different YouTube accounts. Nope, let me open up another one. Let me vote. Nope, need more evidence. Oh my goodness. All right, I love it. I love it. First question of the day. We're already starting off great. Already starting off great. Look at this. 95%. All right. Yeah, I'm going to leave it up. I'm going to leave it up and see what people decide as they join. All right, let's continue.
Understanding, I should say. Okay, so what, you're driving home, you're calling Luke, did you call anyone else, text anyone else? What route did you take to get home?
Same one, like I-76 west, and then 52 west, and then took that home.
Okay.
That's pretty much 76 to 52. That's runs right.
How big is this area, this branch or whatever that you guys are working on?
Huge.
Like, can you, like,
Huge.
is it miles by, like?
I mean, we're not the only operator out there. There's like Verdad, there's Lost Creek, there's...
But your area that you're responsible for, where the wells are on, like?
So that one, as far as square mileage, like maybe 10 to 20
Oh my
square miles.
God,
Like, as far as
dude.
with go.
The guy, no one asked him about the square mileage at Survey Ranch. The question is so basic. Okay, so whoever needs evidence, is this evidence? Or do you need more? Here, let's go ahead and rewind it for you. I'm joking. Whoever, whatever. If you need more evidence, you need more evidence,
What route did you take to get home?
Same one, like I-76 west, and then 52 west, and then took that home.
Okay.
That's pretty much 76 to 52. That's runs right.
How big is this area, this branch or whatever that you guys are working on?
Huge.
Like, can you, like,
Okay, Tammy is like, how big is this area? All right, this Survey Ranch. She's trying to get an idea. How big is it? Chris says, huge. What is that, Chris? What is huge? What is huge to you? Right? Like, I mean, if Nicole Kessinger was looking through his condom boxes and she's looking, and she's like, Chris, it doesn't have the size. What size are these? Huge. Come on. No, Chris, perspective, okay? This is all subjective, okay? What is huge? What is huge to him? And then the question is about to go into how big is the Survey Ranch? And then he says, in terms of square mileage, I don't know, maybe like 10/15 or whatever he says. So insane. All right, let's go. Is that Drew on the corner of his mouth? Oh my God. That is so funny. No. I mean, if it were my edits, it would have a little bit of drool hanging from his face, but it's not there. All right, let's continue.
mile, is it miles by?
I mean, we're not the only operator out there. There's like Verdad, there's Lost Creek, there's...
But your area that you're responsible for, where the wells are on, like...
So that one, as far as square mileage, like maybe 10 to 20.
What? In terms of square mileage. I don't know. Hold on. How big is my arm? Here, hold on. Let me, about 1020? 1020 about in terms of square mileage? Huh? 1020? What does that mean? I don't know. I'm not a mathematician here, okay? I'm not going to sit here and call myself this mathematical genius. Can someone explain to me what he means? Because I have no idea. I don't know what he's saying. Oh my God. He's saying something about 1020. What does that mean? Oh man. Oh, thank you so much, Julia. Thank you so much for the jewels. Thank you. I appreciate you. Something exceptionally large in size, amount, extent. Yeah, or word used for both physical dimensions and abstract dork concepts such as success. Exactly. It's the thing is, it can mean a lot of things. And for Chris, he's like, yeah, it's just a huge place. He doesn't even want to talk about it. Isn't there a Survey 1020? There is, yeah, there's a Survey 10, is it? Yeah, there is. But 6'7". 1020 sounds more like 6'7". Isn't there a survey? Yes. It's like 10-4. Okay. All right, let's continue. Yeah, I think there is a 1020. So there's a survey 319 and then the 1029 and a bunch of other ones that he's listing off. All right, let's continue.
Square miles, like as far as width goes, like if I, because like, yeah, I mean it's huge.
And that would be just your responsibility?
That's our areas. That's Cody's route.
Okay.
Oh God.
Because we have 6 route operators and they all have individual routes.
So what else is on this land besides
Cattle.
cattle?
Lots and lots of cattle and sheep.
Okay.
And lots of like little irrigation like spots where they eat, and trees and sunflowers and lots and lots
So
of
like when you're
sunflowers.
driving out to the wells, is there actually a road that you guys made, or is it...
Sunflowers. Okay, who else needs more evidence that Chris Watts is a complete buffoon? The questions are so basic. So what's out there at Survey 319, Christopher? Just a lot of butterflies. Oh my God. Guys. Oh my God. Like, come on, guy. The question is so basic. A lot of butterflies. There's a lot of sand. Lots of sunflowers. Lots of cattle. Yeah, tons of cattle. Cows. Tons of sheep. Bah. Lots of dust. Tammy Lee is like, so are there any roads? What else is out there? Okay, like it's so crazy to me that we can sit here and watch this and laugh this hard because this is how stupid this man is. And now, again, for anybody here trying to convince any of us that he came up with a plan, please convince me, because everything that I see from Chris Watts tells me otherwise. He's just way too stupid. Too stupid. I mean, come on. Yeah, there's weeds. Those are weeds, not sunflowers. Those are weeds, Chris. Oh my God. Okay. Let's go ahead and rewind it again, because what the fuck? Okay.
They're out there. There's like Verdad, there's Lost Creek, there's...
But your area that you're responsible for, where the wells are on, like...
So that one, as far as square mileage, like maybe 10 to 20 square miles, like as far as width goes. Like if I, because like, yeah, I mean it's huge.
And that would be just your responsibility?
That's our areas, that's Cody's route.
Oh my God. His
Okay.
stuttering.
Because we have 6 route operators, and they all have individual routes.
So what else is on this land besides
Cattle,
cattle?
lots and lots of cattle and sheep.
What else is on this land other than oil, right? Okay. So I think the question here that Tammy's trying to get at, Chris is explaining his job. He's a field coordinator, and she's trying to understand what is out there other than the oil tanks. Like, what else happens out there? Chris says a lot of cattle and a lot of sheep. Okay, so then I guess he's explaining that it is a full ranch. But it's just the way that he explains it. It's just, oh my God. He's like a child. He's like a child. He doesn't even, oh my God. It's his mental capacity just doesn't allow him to really fully explain what Survey Ranch does. Let's continue.
Okay.
And lots of like little irrigation, like spots where they eat, and trees and sunflowers and lots
So
of
like when you're
sunflowers.
driving out to the
Little irrigation and stuff where they eat, and lots of trees and sunflowers. Lots and lots of sunflowers. Wow. The deflection is so real. The thing is, it's deflection, but it's also stupidity. He doesn't even know how to get out of the question and deflect in a way that doesn't make him sound like a complete dumbass. It is so strange. And at the same time, it's just very, I don't know, it's fascinating to me. I think this is, obviously there's so many reasons why we are all fascinated with this case, but I think part of it for me, it's very fascinating to see a family annihilator be so stupid. It's just fascinating. Anyway, let's continue.
wells, is there actually a road that you guys made, or is it
It's
just like?
it's full. Sometimes it's a road. When the cows and everything get on it, it gets really soft and really like shake your truck type thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As far as your truck goes,
Did he just say sometimes there's a road? There's always a road. There's a very clear and distinct road out at Survey. You don't have to guess. You're not like trying to turn and be like, should I turn into the sunflowers or should I turn into the cattle? I don't know. Where's the road? Like, come on. It's very clear. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm about to experience it. I guess we'll see if I get lost. Do I turn into the tornado? I don't know. Where's the road? I don't see it. Cows? Do I have to wait for the cows to come by and step on the road to show me? Show me the road, cows. Meh. A cow just shits in front of me, and I'm like, there it is. There's the road. What is this? Like, am I supposed to, say some magical words and then the road opens up to me? Like, tell me the what's the password, right? There's like a troll under the bridge. Excuse me, what's the password? And then I'll see the road. Is that what he's talking about? Come on. It's very clear. It's a dirt road and you can see it. It's not that hard. Anyway. Oh my goodness. What do we think? What do we think? Hi, Jennifer. Welcome to the live. All right. Is Chris Watts stupid? 94%. Oh my God. One person actually said no. We have one person saying no. So one person thinks that, Chris Watts is intelligent. 5 people need more evidence. I completely understand. Sometimes it's just hard to tell. Sometimes it's just hard. All right, let's see if we can find more evidence. Let's continue.
it's a work truck, I'm
Yep.
assuming. Are you allowed to have other people in your truck? Like as far as civilians, like your wife, your kids, anything like
Oh,
that?
they've played in my truck a few times because it's Daddy's truck. Like they played in there a few times and whatnot.
What about Shanann? Has she ever ridden in your truck before?
Not to work, but she's been in it before.
Okay.
She's just like.
Wow. Oh my God. He's being asked if his family rode in the truck. It's official, Cindy is in the chat. What? Really? Hey, Cindy girl, what's up, sis? Glory hole. Yeah, Glory hole is voting no twice. Oh man. But this is interesting, right? He's being asked if his family was in his truck. And then he says that Bella and Cece played in his truck. Oh, this is daddy's truck, he says. What a disgusting dirtbag. I mean, the fact that he can even say that with a straight face, knowing that he put his daughters alive in his truck and then he murdered them at Servy, and then he still says it with a straight face. They played in my truck. That's daddy's truck. What? Again, right? He's fascinating because he's so evil, but then at the same time, he's so absolutely stupid. It's a weird combination, weird combo. And yeah, now he's talking about how Shanann never rode in his truck, except she did. Let's continue.
Like, just seeing what all I had in there and everything like that, what I take to work and stuff like that. Yeah, she's been in there before.
Okay, but it's
Yeah,
not
but
like a
like,
regular thing.
oh, like, we're not really allowed to, like, take civilians, like, places in it, but other unidentified employees, or, like, when I have a trainee and stuff like that, like, they ride with me.
Okay, and that's totally fine.
Yeah, definitely.
So you get home, and obviously you said you open the garage door and go through the house.
God.
Tell me all the things that seemed odd about the way the house looked. That's
So-
odd.
It was, well, the car being there with the car seats, that was odd.
Mm.
The purse, wallet, still being there. Phone's a big thing for me, 'cause that's still there.
She seemed like she was pretty attached to it.
The phone is a big thing for me because that was still there. Yeah, I bet it was a big thing for him because he was expecting that phone not to be there anymore, right? If we are going to believe the plan, right? The where's my notebook here? The plan that Nicole Kessinger and Chris Watts came up with, either at the Lazy Dog or before that, if the plan was to get Nicole to pretend to be Shanann and text, then yes, he would be surprised to get home and see that the phone is locked. No one got into it and no one texted from it. So, out of all of the things that Chris seems to be worried about, it was the phone. The phone. Not the EpiPens, not the shoes, not the fact that his family is missing. None of that. No, it was the phone. Isn't that weird? That's very weird. Again, he's focusing on the things that matter to him, in my opinion. Because, again, he was trying to deflect and trying to downplay Shanann's shoes by the door. But when it comes to the phone, he's like, oh, I thought that was weird. That, to me, strange. What do we think? Let's continue.
The phone.
Well, everybody knows she is. She's very attached to it.
Okay.
And kids' medicine. Those are the odd things.
What about her med? Does she have medicine that she would take?
Only one she takes
Wow.
right.
Notice how the kid's medicine was just an afterthought, right? That was an afterthought for him. He's like, yeah, I thought what was weird is that she didn't take her phone because she lived on it. Yeah. Oh, that's right. And then the kid's meds, I guess, right? Am I supposed to say that? Should I say that? I think so. What the hell? Yeah, it was an afterthought. He's like, oh, I should probably mention that my kids' meds, the fact that they don't have their EpiPens, that is weird too. Oh my goodness. It's like he's just forgetting. He forgets all the things that he's supposed to say.
And stuff like that, like, they ride with me.
Okay, and that's totally fine.
Yeah, definitely.
So you get home, and obviously you said you open the garage door and go through the house. Tell me all the things that seemed odd about the way the house looked.
So-
It's odd.
It was, well, the car being there with the car seats, that was odd. The purse, wallet, still being there. Phone's a big thing for me, 'cause that's still there.
She seemed like she was pretty attached to her phone.
Well, everybody knows she is. She's very attached to it.
Okay.
And kids' medicine. Those are the odd things.
What
Hmm. Yeah, the phone and the kid's medicine, I guess. The EpiPens. Those are life-saving EpiPens. And he's like, I thought it was weird that she didn't take the life-saving meds for our children. But that was the second thing. Oh,
What about her meds? Does she have medicine that she would take?
Only one she takes regularly is Imitrex, and that was not there. Like the medicine she had in her purse was for nausea, not Imitrex.
Oh, what is Imitrex for?
Migraines.
And that was gone?
That was not in her purse. Like the one that they said was in her purse, they thought was Imitrex, no, it was like for nausea. Once I read it.
Okay. As far as, do you think it could have been in her luggage that
What?
she left there, or?
Not sure. It would have been in her purse.
Okay. Did you go through her luggage? Like
No.
looking for clues, or?
I didn't go through her luggage yet.
Okay.
But like her Imitrex stuff suspects to have that like, you know,
what?
within hand's grasp.
And you said the kids' beds were like pulled back, or how were the kids' beds?
They weren't made.
They weren't made.
Everything is so weird about this. He's like, "Oh, I haven't looked at her luggage yet." You haven't looked in her luggage yet. It is August 15th. Your wife has been missing for 2 days and you're not going to look into her stuff? Oh, I haven't looked in her luggage yet. Wow. Eric, he said, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. He can't answer a question on the spot. He's trying to stick to the script. Yes. Yeah, questions that he didn't have pre-planned or answered. Yeah. His brain turns to mashed potatoes. Exactly. Yeah, any question that he didn't plan for or plan to be asked and he didn't have an answer for, it seems that he just struggles to come up with something on the spot. That is, oh my God. That is very different from what we see with Nicole Kessinger. Nicole seems to be a lot more nimble, right, on her feet. She's definitely a lot faster when it comes to coming up with answers on the spot. But Chris is like, no, I don't really know. I haven't even looked in there yet. Something about migraines. That's what they said. I read it and I don't really know. What? Even the question about the meds, that was so weird. But oh my God, yeah, his brain is mashed potatoes. I've been trying to figure out a way to make his head. So when I turn him into a potato, I want to turn him into mashed potatoes, but getting that animation, I haven't figured it out yet. So I mean, I'll get there, but I'm like, how can I turn him into mashed potatoes? And it looks like mashed potatoes. But we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, I do want to turn his brain into that because that's what he has. It's so crazy. Yeah. Yeah, the dude forgot what timeline he lives in. Yep. Let's continue.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Is that normal?
Pretty normal. For the
Okay.
morning, yeah.
Okay.
Especially because the kid, they just like throw everything and just like get out of bed.
And what was your bed? What did it look like?
The sheets were off of it.
Okay, tell me about that.
Like most of the time when she gets out of, like she gets home from like a flight or something, she gets into bed like from the airport, she's gonna wash the sheets the next day. So that's what I thought when I got home.
If she had woke up and
Yeah, because she was, yeah,
stripping the bed or whatever?
yeah.
Okay.
Whoa. Wait, what did he say? He said something about that's what I thought when I got home. And he's talking about the sheets.
Regularly is Imitrex, and that was not there. Like the medicine she had in her purse was
Okay, I
for
reminded
nausea,
too
not
fast.
Imitrex.
Or too far, I mean.
So what is Imitrex for?
Migraines.
And that was gone?
That was not in her purse. Like the one that they said was in her purse, they thought was Imitrex, no, it was like for nausea. Once I read it.
Okay. As far as, do you think it could have been in her luggage that she left there, or?
Not sure. It would have been in her purse.
Okay. Did you go through her luggage? Like
No.
looking for clues, or?
I didn't go through her luggage yet.
What?
But like her Imitrex stuff suspects to have that like, within hand's grasp.
And you said the kids' beds were like pulled back, or how were the kids' beds?
They weren't made.
They weren't made?
No.
They
Okay.
weren't.
Is that normal?
Pretty normal. For the
Okay.
morning, yeah.
Okay.
Especially because the kid, they just like throw everything and just like get out of bed.
And what was your bed? What did it look like?
The sheets were off of it.
Okay, tell me about that.
Like most of the time when she gets out of, like when she gets home from like a flight or something, she gets into bed like from the airport, she's gonna wash the sheets the next day. So that's what I thought when I got home.
Cause she had woke up and.
Yeah, because she was, yeah,
Stripping the bed or
yeah,
whatever?
yeah.
Okay.
What? Okay. Okay. I sound like Lil Jon. What? Okay. Oh man. Okay. So he's talking about the sheets. He's saying that when he got home, he thought that Shanann had removed the sheets from the bed because if she got home, the night prior and she got in bed with airport on her, she would want to wash the sheets. Okay. That's weird because it just makes me think, right? Was this planned? So, is this Chris's excuse for not being able to clean up the crime scene? Or is this Chris's excuse for not understanding why Nicole Kessinger couldn't finish putting stuff into the washer and dryer? I don't know, right? This is just what I think of when he has trouble talking about this little part here. We have watched that video, and I can definitely pull it back up here again because we're talking about it right now, where they walk in, they're looking at everything, the sheets are gone, the washer and the dryer, there seems to be some activity in there. What was Chris doing? Was he washing the sheets? What was happening? And then we also know that there was a phone call between Nicole Kessinger and Chris Watts where they talk about washing dirty sheets. There's a lot of weird activity and weird behavior going around regarding the sheets. So what do we think about that? Again, it could be absolutely nothing, but I don't think it's nothing. I think that the reason it keeps being brought up, it's because, I mean, there's definitely something more there. I think so. So what do we think? Do we think that this was Chris's excuse? He couldn't get it done in the morning? Or is this his excuse when he got home that day, ran inside the house, hid the phone, hid the ring, tried to put everything into the laundry? Is that why he's saying this? Or option 3, is he confused because he got home and everything was supposed to be clean already because Nicole Kessinger was supposed to do it and it didn't get done. So now he's like, holy shit, I need to come up with another excuse because the plan didn't go as it was supposed to go. Again, these are just my questions. You guys let me know what you think. I'll put up a poll since the other one. I'll take this one down. I think yeah, it's definitely a consensus that Chris Watts is stupid. Okay, except for Glory Hole creating the extra accounts to be able to vote against. Whatever, those don't count. We'll just take those out. Those are outliers. Those are outliers. Whoever said they need more evidence. Hey, come on. What more evidence do you need? Look at his head. I mean, come on. All right. Yes, who started the washer that morning? No one knows. Why was it running? These are all the questions that we have. But yeah, let's continue. And I'll go ahead and put up that poll for us.
Okay. Are those sheets on the bed now, or
No, I don't think so.
are they still in the piles or whatever, like where she put them?
I think, because I washed everything and I put different sheets on there.
What?
So where are the sheets? Oh, you washed those sheets. Did you put them away in the closet or something? In the closet?
It should either be like right on the pile on the ground or something like that, right there.
In the bedroom?
Yeah.
On the pile. They should be in the pile on the ground is what he says. And he says, yeah, I washed the sheets. He's contradicting himself. It's so weird. All right, let's go ahead and
So
do the poll.
so you washed the sheets that were on the bed, or you left them there and just put on new sheets?
So I put on I washed those sheets. I washed sheets that were on there, and they should still be in the room.
Oh, clean, like
Yeah.
In a pile or
Yeah.
whatever? Okay.
Yeah, but I put like ones that were in the closet in there. Ones that were already clean, I wanted to just make the bed anyways.
Okay, so the bed's made now?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. So when you slept on the bed Monday night, it had new sheets from you changing it, or?
So Monday, yeah, like when I slept there Monday night, yeah, there was new sheets on there.
Okay, because the bed was already stripped?
Yeah.
When you got in or whatever? Anything else that was odd? I know you said there were some things missing from the kids' rooms, or their blankets?
Blankies. Yeah,
Okay.
blankies.
What do you think about that?
I mean, that's what kids always take with them.
Like, even to go, like, if you...
Yeah, like if Cece, she wants that Yankee blanket, and Bella, like, wants her blanket, especially if she feels like, you know, we tell her, like, leave it at the house now, she's getting old enough. But,
But, like, if you're going to Target or run errands, like, are they taking their stuff with them?
Bella will, well, Cece definitely will have that Yankee blanket, and sometimes she wants her little, that dog that, like, makes cooling sounds and whatnot.
Okay. And that's gone, you said, right?
Yeah.
That dog?
Yeah, but Bella's cat's still there.
Was she as attached to the cat as Cece was to the dog?
Not as much.
Not as much. Okay. Anything else missing, weird? What about the pajamas that they were in that you...
Everything he's saying is so weird. Okay. All right. I put up the poll. Yeah, it only allows me a little bit of characters, so I had to just type it as best as I could. Okay. Yeah, so what's with the sheets? So either Chris Watts didn't have time in the morning to get rid of them, right? When he was trying to get rid of Shanann's body, or Chris didn't have time when he got home that afternoon, so at around noon, when Nicole Atkinson was there, or NK didn't have time to clean up. Which I think, to me, I'm leaning more that way. That is why he couldn't find a good excuse or a good story that he could come up with on the spot, because everything was already supposed to be gone. It was supposed to be cleaned up already. It was supposed to look like Shanann took off willingly with the girls and abandoned him. And so I think that's why he's panicking every time that he talks about the sheets. And then obviously the last one is he's telling the truth, which of course, come on. I mean, unless Glory Hole is still in the chat. Please go ahead, Glory Hole. Let's hear your thoughts. Actually, please don't. I don't want to hear them. All right, let's continue.
put them in after they shower, the nightgowns or whatever? Are those at the house?
I didn't see those. I mean, there's still, there's dirty laundry in there from the kids.
Okay.
So, I didn't see those per se. I didn't see those, and then there's some nightgowns in there, but I didn't see those. Not the ones I described to you.
Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, the reason that the nightgowns that he's describing aren't there is because they were wearing them. But yeah, this is the thing. Chris knows that. He knows that, and he still says it that way. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know that they're wearing their nightgowns, and I know which ones are missing. I just don't know where they're at. Even though he knows exactly what they were wearing because he put his kids in the tanks that morning. The psyche of this guy. It's, oh my God. Anyway, let's continue.
Okay. So obviously, you've had a lot of time to think about this stuff, and just talking to me, what are your thoughts? What are you thinking right now as far as, what's happened, or...
The first day I thought she was with somebody. I thought, she's at a friend's house and she's just decompressing, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But, now, after, yesterday and now today, it's, I feel like she's not safe. So, either she is in trouble or somebody has hurt her and the kids, and we can't find them, we don't know where they are.
Yeah, so this is the part that I think is part of the story. This is why when Chris is asked questions like, okay, so what do you think, right? What do you think is happening here? This is when he goes back to his little script, right? That is when he goes back to, the first day, I just thought she was with someone. I just thought they were at a play date. Yeah, and that's because that was part of the plan, in my opinion. Again, just my opinion, speculation, the way that I'm seeing the evidence. It looks like this is part of the story. if anybody approached Chris and they're like, "Hey, so where's Shanann? We haven't seen her in 3 weeks." This is what Chris was supposed to say. "Oh, I don't know. She's probably with someone. Mm, I think she left me." And then if police got involved, then he would switch his little story and say, "Yeah, well, after 3 days, I thought maybe something bad happened to them. But in the beginning, I just thought that they were fine." Very similar to the story that Nicole Kessinger told the police as well. She said the exact same thing. She said that she also thought that Shanann would be back because, well, that's what my friends do. My friends go camping and they never return. And when they do, I don't even realize it. But they're fine. I never think of murder when they're gone. She said the exact same thing. And then she changed her story and says, "Well, I started to become very concerned after the second day," which is very similar to what Chris is doing here. He's doing the exact same thing. Same story. It all matches. They're both saying the same thing. They thought she was with a person at first, and now, oh, maybe she's not. Maybe she's in trouble. What? Yeah, so again, this is what we were talking about earlier, is that when it's a lie and when he doesn't have the actual story and the script, he stumbles. But when he knows the story and the script, he says it. It just comes out so naturally. Like, that's what I was supposed to do. Because he it seems that he rehearsed it. This is what we've been saying this whole time. All right, let's continue.
So if I ask you on the polygraph test if you physically caused Shanann's disappearance, can you pass that question?
Yes.
What do you think I mean by that when I'm asking you if you physically caused Shanann's disappearance?
Now he's being asked about Shanann's disappearance. Boops, that is such a good point. Oh my God, that is a great point. Boop says, "I think NK sent an incriminating text about washing the sheets and then deleted it. She was scared they would recover the text, so she ran cover with the story about stinky sheets." Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because again, when we think about all the things that they talk about and the things that they want to focus on, it seems that they're just playing I don't know, what is it, damage control. Especially for Nicole Kessinger. When she brings stuff up, it's mostly because she wants to know if the police know that piece of information already. She's fishing for details. And so it makes a lot of sense that she would be telling the police about the dirty sheets so that she can get information about what they know about the text messages that she sent. So it's very possible. It's very, very possible. Thank you so much for that, Boops. Yeah, that's very insightful. Yeah, because that makes a lot of sense. That does make a lot of sense. Oh my God. Let's continue.
What does that mean to you?
If you ask me that, like, I feel like you're asking me, did I have anything to do with it myself, or did I help somebody do it? And I had no part in any of that.
And I know
Oh my God. I feel like you're asking me if I did it or if I helped someone do it. I had no part in that. In what? What did he not have any part in? This is the part where he gets defensive, right? This is the only part I've noticed he gets a little defensive, and the way that he gets defensive is still not it's not that of an innocent person, obviously. But I do find it interesting that he brings up, "Oh, did someone help or did I help?" Because again, right, we don't think that he did it by himself. So I think it's very interesting that he brings up the point that maybe someone helped, whether it's him helping or someone helping, but someone was there subconsciously. Again, I think this is another one of his Freudian slips. Let's go ahead and listen to that again without interruptions.
totally awful to think about, but what are ways, because I need to make sure that you know.
Not the ones I described to you.
Okay.
All right, let's listen.
So obviously, you've had a lot of time to think about this stuff and just talking to me, like, what are your thoughts? Like, what are you thinking right now as far as, you know, what's happened or?
Like the first day I thought she was with somebody. I thought, you know, like, you know, she's at a friend's house and she's just decompressing, whatnot.
Decompressing and whatnot.
But like now, like after like yesterday and now today, it's I feel like she's not safe. So like either she is in trouble or somebody has hurt her and the kids, and
Oh, come on.
we can't find them. We don't know where they are.
So if I ask you on the polygraph test if you physically caused Shanann's disappearance, can you pass that
Yes.
question?
Yes.
What do you think I mean by that when I'm asking you if you physically caused Shanann's disappearance? What does that mean to you?
If you ask me that, like, I feel like you're asking me, did I have anything to do with it myself, or did I help somebody do it? And I had no part in any of that.
And I know it's totally awful to think about, but
Wow.
what are ways, because I need to make sure that you know what I'm talking about, what are ways that you can make someone disappear?
I mean, like, if you're talking about like what I've seen like on the movies, or like how people, if you read about other people, I mean, you hire somebody.
Like a hitman?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
Nope, that's what I want, because I want you to go through all of these scenarios in your head, because I want you to know for sure what I'm talking about when I say that, you know, asking you if you physically caused her disappearance.
Okay, like you'd hire somebody, or you'd have somebody you know that would do it. I mean, it's like, it's hard. It's a hard question to
And I know this sucks.
It's such a hard question to answer. I don't really know how you disappear people. I've never done it before. Come on. Oh my God. And again, I find it very interesting that every time that he comes up with an answer, it involves someone else. And it could be, right? It could just be that he is trying to deflect blame. Oh, it wasn't just me. It could have been somebody else. But I think it's just really weird. I don't know. To me, it's weird that when it comes to explaining what he thinks happened to his family, it always involves more than one person. Isn't that, or is it just me? Again, I don't know. But maybe, we can give him the benefit of the doubt, right? We can just sit here and be like, okay, well, maybe he's stupid, right? Maybe he watches movies, a lot of them, and he thinks that people get kidnapped all the time by numerous people. Maybe he thinks it's the cartel, or I don't know, just strangers, a bunch of them hanging out in the alleyway, right? Sure, let's give him the benefit of the doubt, but come on, really? Not once is he going to actually bring up the idea that maybe someone kidnapped her, maybe one person murdered her and his children. He's not even going to come up with that at all. He's like, "Oh, maybe you hire someone, hitman." What is he watching? What, Assassin's Creed? Like what does he do for a living? Like, come on. He plays video games all day. He thinks that people just hire assassins and this is how people get murdered. Like, no. And this is what is so suspicious to me. But you guys let me know. What do you guys think? Does that make sense? Again, I'm running a bunch of ideas here in my brain all at the same time because I'm just processing what he's saying and then I'm coming up with all these theories because again, it doesn't make any sense to me that if you're being asked how can you disappear someone? I mean, that's a very basic question. You can disappear them in so many ways. But for him it's always, "Oh, I have a buddy. I have a sidekick. I have an accomplice. You do it with two people. You hire someone." Strange, right? He always has help. So even in a theoretical question, he can't do things by himself. He still needs someone to guide him. And that is what I'm getting at, is that this guy, no matter what, he still needs somebody to help him even with basic answers. Oh my God, this is how this is how stunted he is. Let's continue.
That's a hard question to answer
Right.
because I it had nothing to do with this disappearance. But
Right.
like, I don't even want to think about like if you're asking like how I would do it. It's like I
No,
don't know.
anyone, like
Anyone do
how
it.
would anyone cause someone else's disappearance?
I mean, you would. I said like.
You could cause someone's disappearance by murdering them. Would
Yes.
you agree with that?
Yes.
So what different physical ways could you cause someone's disappearance through murder? You could stab someone,
Stab
right?
someone, shoot someone, hit them with a blunt object.
You can stab someone, you can shoot someone, you can hit them with a blunt object. That's very specific, right? Isn't that very specific? If you were asked, "Oh, what are ways that you can murder someone?" Yeah, you can shoot them, kill, stab them, strangle them, push them down a hill. You can drown them, right? You come up with all kinds of things. You can hit them across the head with something, but hitting someone in the head with a blunt object. I mean, blunt objects sounds like he Googled it, doesn't it? Again, is it just me? Am I looking too much into this? Am I just being way too analytical here? When I hear blunt object, especially from someone as stupid and someone who has such a limited vocabulary as Chris Watts does, when he says blunt object, to me it sounds like he read it somewhere. It just doesn't really sound like someone wouldn't say that. Unless you're an investigator, if you investigate, if you're in the business of hitting people with blunt objects, you would know it's a blunt object, but nobody says that. Yeah, you hit someone across the head with something. Blunt object, though, that's not something that is in his vocabulary or in any random civilian, right? You ask any civilian, hey, what happens when you hit somebody across the head, right? You're not thinking, oh, what is, you think of medical terms, right? You think, oh, yeah, you're going to get cut open and you're going to start bleeding. But nobody says, oh, you're going to get a contusion and a hematoma. It's like, huh, that's weird. How do you know that? How do you know it's a contusion and a hematoma after you get hit with a blunt object? Right? Again, he Googled this. He read it, or someone told him, just read, Chris. Reading is so good for you. Read about it. Yeah, I think he Googled it. What the hell? I wonder, is this how he was going through the various ways of getting rid of Shanann and the girls? I wonder. I wonder if they discussed even that. The monsters, allegedly, right? Monster and Nicole Kessinger. If she helped, can you imagine the list that they went down? Oh, what about this, Chris? Does this work? No? Too hard? Okay, yeah. Yeah, definitely not. We're gonna have to clean up. What about this? Oh, that might be a little bit hard to clean up as well. Okay, well, maybe you can use your hands. Oh my God. Again, this is just me, but I do find it very weird that he said blunt object. Anyway, let's continue.
What else is there? I mean, use a weapon like gun or a knife. I mean,
Okay.
you could.
Hint. Hint, hint. Chris.
You could smother someone.
Someone.
You could strangle someone.
Hang someone. I mean, yeah, you can. All that kind of things. I mean,
Wow.
it's hard to even think about that kind of stuff right now.
All that kind of thing. He can't even actually say strangle. He said smother. Yeah, I guess smother someone. What about strangle, Chris? Yeah, that too. Oh my God. And of course, another person who can't say Shanann's name. That woman. Kevin asked, oh, you mean Shanann? Yeah. Shanann. Shanann. They're struggling to say the most basic words.
So you could strangle someone, you could drown someone,
Yeah.
you could shock someone to death, you could burn someone alive. What other ways can you think of?
As far as like, like lure him into a trap, I guess.
So what do you mean? What?
Like,
Tammy's like, what do you mean? Lure them into a trap is what he came up with. Do we think that has any importance? Lure them into a trap. Because it does sound like he lured Shanann into her own demise. Because I mean, he was lying in wait, was he not? He was definitely waiting for Shanann to get home. He was watching her in the cameras and he was waiting for her to get home so that he can murder her, so that he can move on with his life and his new mistress. So it does sound like he lured her because he gaslit her the entire 2 months prior to murdering her. So he's right about this one. He did lure her. God, disgusting. It looked like she barely nodded her head. Yeah, trying to say, come on already. Exactly. Yeah, she's like, dude, it's not hard. Oh my God. Yes, Julia. Yeah, he was gaslighting her. He gaslit her. He was just being so cruel to her the whole time. She was telling him about these upcoming trips to Aspen and how they were trying to work their marriage out, and she was trying to even make a dinner for him, asking him, "Hey, what vegetable do you want to eat?" Chris says, "Green beans." That is gaslighting because he had no intention of eating those green beans because he knew he was going to murder her. Oh, and here he is not even being able to come up with um real ways of getting rid of your family except for this one, luring them into a trap. Let's continue.
like have somebody waiting like around the corner and like, hey,
Sure.
an accident that happened, hit by a car, I mean, something like that.
Sure.
Like, I don't want to say the same thing there, but
What do we think about this? What do we think? I'm going to Okay, this is a weird one because I don't know. I don't really know what to think about this one. Is he making it up on the spot? Is he just like kind of just making it up on the fly, or is there some truth to this? All right, let's go ahead and end our current poll. We got 80 votes in, and NK didn't have time to clean up. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's the winning one. NK didn't have time to clean up. Chris Watts didn't have time in the morning is second, and then Chris didn't have time to when he got home. Right. I don't think that he was going to do all that when he got home. One person said he's telling the truth, and that is Gloria Hole. Gloria Holia. Hello. Welcome to the chat. Have you considered subscribing, perhaps? Maybe give it a like, a share, a comment. Have you considered memberships? No? 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 You don't want the little cute little emojis of me going, hey. Okay, let's go ahead and do our next poll. Our next one is going to be this other one because, yeah, easy poll. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the next one because I do find it interesting that this is what Chris is saying here. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and continue. And I'm going to type this poll out.
Sure.
an accident that happened, hit by a car, I mean, something like that.
Sure.
Like, I don't want to say the same thing there, but,
You could kidnap them and take them and lock them up in a basement somewhere,
Yeah.
or you know what I mean. They could still be alive, but you were.
you're like torturing. So you can, like I said, take them somewhere, torture them, and let them sit there without food or water.
Mhm. Or even kidnap them and leave them somewhere that they are,
Yeah.
not being tortured,
Yeah.
just that they can't get out. And
Okay, this is going a little far, right? I think at this point he's like, yeah, I mean, you can also like torture them for hours on end. Yeah, you can also do what Jeepers Creepers did. You can go around driving in that big truck looking out for couples, maybe. You bring them down into that little hole that you built and then you put them up on the walls, maybe something like that. Yeah. You can also be like Freddy Krueger. You can come into people's dreams with your big knife nails. That too, right? Yeah, he's coming up with all kinds of fictional things at this point. I mean, yeah, sure, you can torture someone and, not feed them and not give them water, sure, but at this point, he's just coming up with all kinds of like movie references. Let's continue.
And, obviously they've disappeared because you've not allowed them to come back into society and have people see them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. What other ways could you make someone disappear?
Poison.
Okay. Yep.
Sorry, this is
I know.
like, well, that's the thing. I've already said that.
Which one are you
Like
using?
beat somebody, I guess, to the point, like to the point where they're unconscious and they're in a coma.
Sure.
Um,
So if I ask you that question on the test, Chris, are you gonna have any issue with that? About you
like
physically causing
He
going
just
through
said-
every single one of those.
Did you just say put someone into a coma? Oh my god. See, this whole piece here, oh my god. It's not meant to be comical, but it is because of how stupid this man is. Everything that Tammy Lee is asking him, and it's for a reason, right? It's for a reason. It's because she wants to know what his brain thinks disappearing someone means. And that way she can get a more accurate reading. But it seems that he's either too stupid, or it might be that he is actually just a tad bit smart, right? Like there might be just a little bit of intelligence in there, just an ounce, where he's making himself sound so stupid so that they can think that he's stupid. Does that make sense? Like, he is definitely weaponizing incompetence. Is that a possibility? Could it be that he's definitely stupid, but he's like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna drag this out. I'm just gonna give the most ridiculous of answers. That way, if I fail the polygraph, they're just gonna think I'm an idiot. Maybe I can get away with it by just saying, I'm just too stupid. I didn't know. I thought you were asking me questions about Jason Voorhees. What? It's my favorite movie. Scream is my second favorite movie. That's what I thought. Right? Is that what he's doing? He's just playing dumb. Yeah, exactly, Shelley. Yeah, he plays dumb sometimes. I think so too, right? God, he can't be this stupid. There's no way. There's no way. Come on. You put them into a coma? Medically induced, maybe? You can poison them with a bunch of different types of poisons. Oh my God. I mean, sure, yeah, you can, but at this point, come on, Chris. Come on. All right, what's the question? All right. The question is, what do we think about Chris Watts saying luring someone to a trap? So the first one is there's truth to it in that he lured her, right? Because of what we discussed. He lured her in the way that he gaslit her for so many months. He lied to her. He knew he was going to kill her. And then he waited for her to get home and then killed her. The second one is he and NK lured her, right? There is this theory that maybe they were waiting when she got home and then they ambushed her. And then the third one is he's just coming up with scenarios at this point, like he was. You can drown someone. You can tie their feet to the back of a yacht and then drive the yacht out at 80 miles an hour. Maybe they'll get a little bit wet. I don't know. Does that cause someone to disappear? I don't know. These are just so hard. These questions, they're so hard to answer. Come on. As Veriscope says, yes, word salad. Exactly. It's all just a word salad. Eric, said, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I almost missed it. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. Aw, thank you. I appreciate your support. All right. Yeah, he seems, it seems he enjoyed the exercise. Weirdo. Oh, man. All right, let's continue.
Poison.
Okay. Yep.
He's having trouble. I don't know. Let me think of a movie. What's that one movie? No, I can't think of it. A coma? You can put someone into a coma?
Like, well, that's the thing, I've already said that.
Which one are you
Like,
using?
beat somebody, I guess, to the point, like, to the point where they're unconscious and they're in a coma.
Sure.
Um,
Wow. You can beat someone to the point where they are unconscious and in a coma. I mean, he said that earlier, beat someone with a blunt force object. And now he's repeating himself, but it's different now. It's different. There's coma, the comatose. He brought that part in. You don't have to kill them at least, but you can put them into a comatose state. Does that count? Wow.
So if I ask you that question on the test, Chris, are you gonna have any issue with that? About you
like,
physically causing
going through
someone's
every single one of
disappearance?
those.
Yeah, like that would be a way you
Okay.
could cause someone's disappearance.
Okay, no, I can definitely, like, I can pass, I mean, I
I mean, you
think,
could murder them, you could kidnap them, you could take them to another country, you could,
Yeah.
bury them in your backyard.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could do a million things
yeah,
as far as, trying to conceal them,
yeah,
right? So that no one can find them.
yes,
Cause at this point,
Yeah.
she's gone,
yes.
and the girls are gone, like, we don't know where they're at, right? So we're assuming the worst, but hoping the best, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think that you're kind of in that spot too, so, if I ask you that question, if you physically caused her disappearance, so when I say physically caused, I say it that way because I don't want you to feel, everyone has guilt, right? And I don't want you to feel like, you know what, I told her that I didn't want to be with her anymore, so I probably caused her disappearance because she obviously took off with the girls, and because of what I told her, that I didn't want
Yeah,
to be with her
I mean,
anymore.
that's why I feel like a jackass right now.
Right. So when I ask you the question on the test, I'm not asking you about guilt. I'm not asking you about, did you make her feel so horrible that she ended up leaving? I'm saying that you were the one that physically caused her to disappear.
Okay.
See, this is the thing. So, I mean, I've taken numerous polygraphs in my life because of my, my past work, especially in the Marines. I had to take a polygraph for the type of work that I did. But yeah, see, so when it comes to polygraphs, the thing that they don't want you to do is somehow feel like trick your conscious mind into thinking that the question is something else. So for example, this is very perfect here that she's saying, when I ask you if you physically harmed her, I'm asking you if you physically harmed her. So, right, she's adding the word physically in there because she wants to make sure that Chris understands that harm means that it's physical. You either punched, stabbed, shot, i- um all these examples that he went, down the list with her, right? And so the thing is that she doesn't want to ask him, "Oh, did you harm her?" Because the question harm can mean anything. It can mean, "Yeah, I made her feel bad," or "Yes, I yelled at her one time and I did harm her feelings," right? And so this is what she's doing here. She wants to make sure that when she asks the question, that Chris Watts understands, oh, she means physical harm. And so that way she can get an accurate reading of what he actually feels guilty for. And so I love that she's doing this with him because the thing with Chris is that he feels, I mean, obviously he doesn't feel remorse, but he definitely doesn't know how to hide the guilt and hide what he did to his family. So even if she asked him, "Did you harm your family?" That alone is enough to set Chris off. The thing is that he doesn't even need to be asked if he physically harmed his family because he is already about to explode with guilt. That even the question, "Did you harm your family?" is enough to get that little thing to spike up and tell you, "Oh, this guy is lying." But yeah, when it comes to other people, I mean, they say it to everybody and they ask you these questions because they do want to know. Like, I want you to know that this is what I'm asking you. I don't want you to think like, "Oh, is this what you meant?" Because that's the thing that they don't want. They don't want you to make up excuses. "Oh, well, I failed because I thought you meant this." And it's like, "No, no, no, that's not what I meant. We went through it. for a whole hour before we hooked you up to this machine. And so there's no way of you getting out of it because guess what? It was already explained prehand, right? Before the test. So, I do have experience with polygraphs and I will say they're pretty scary even when you're not doing anything, right? One of my polygraphs was actually for a clearance that I needed to get and I mean, as someone who has never had clearance for anything before, I'm like, well, this is easy. It's going to be easy to pass. But sometimes it's just the way that they word the questions. Sometimes you're like, wait, hold on. I don't know. I am feeling a little bit of guilt there, but is that really the question? And so this is what is meant here. That is what they mean by that. So, yeah. And I will say that for Chris Watts, it was not going to be good because it was very obvious that he was lying from the get-go. There was no way that he was going to pass not even his name. If they asked him his name, I'm sure he was already through the roof, through the roof. But anyway, yeah, what do we think? Has anybody here gotten polygraphed before? I have. It's just, for like different types of jobs. I applied for I applied to be an FBI agent once, so I had to get a polygraph for that too. Um, but yes, also in the Marines, the Coast Guard, and all kinds of government work. I've had to do polygraphs. But anyway, let's continue.
Thereby murder, kidnapping, all of those other things that
Okay.
we went through, okay?
You want me to list? You want me to list all those like
No,
one?
no, no, you're just
Okay.
gonna say no to that question.
Okay.
Right. When I ask you if you physically caused Shanann's disappearance,
Okay.
your answer should be what?
No.
Right. So do you have any issues with that at all, and
No.
or have any question about what I would mean when I was,
No,
would be
that's
asking
total.
that
Like I
question?
just like going through all those that that's
Right.
a lot to really think about.
Right. But
Like
that's,
trying to figure out like that was
it's a lot, but it's very simple.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have anything to do physically
Yeah.
with her disappearance, maybe you pissed her off to the point that she ended up taking off with the kids, or maybe she became suicidal and, offed herself somewhere that we just haven't found her yet.
like I feel like emotionally responsible, but I didn't physically
Right.
hurt her.
Exactly.
Yeah, you see, perfect. You see how he threw that in there. He's like, "Yeah, I feel emotionally responsible." And what does he do? He uses that exact excuse later on. When he knows that he failed the polygraph, he says that exact same line. Well, I hurt her emotionally. Chris, that is not what that is not what the question was. The question was, did you hurt her physically? This is why we are going through this right now. But Chris still used that as an excuse. He thought somehow that that was going to work. Oh, I hurt her emotionally. I told her I don't want to be with her anymore. That's why I failed it. No, no, that's not why he failed it. He failed it because obviously he did it and everything was explained to him beforehand. So he can't go ahead and say, oh, I didn't know any better. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Come on. Yeah, proof positive that he's dumb. Yeah, he should. Yeah, exactly. He showed up for the polygraph. Yeah, that is proof in and of itself that he's dumb. So for that person who needed more evidence, look at him. He's sitting here. What more evidence do you need? Come on. Let's continue.
Exactly.
For
That's
the kids.
right. And that's what I want to ask you about.
Okay.
Okay, just physically causing her disappearance.
Okay. And the
You
kids,
were the
right?
one directly.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you about Shanann.
Okay.
I think we can all assume that, wherever Shanann is, the little girls are.
Yes.
So, I'm just gonna ask you about Shanann.
This just loop the kids with it though, right?
What's that?
That's looping the kids with it though too. Like everything's just kind of like, because like when the FBI agent was asking me yesterday, he asked about the kids, but like
Right.
he was looping Shanann in with it too.
Sure. So I wanna know about Shanann.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you this test about Shanann.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Like I said, obviously, as investigators, we can kind of assume that, they're all together
Okay.
somewhere. But I'm gonna ask you on the test about Shanann.
Okay.
Look at his throat. He's all of a sudden like, oh, okay, yeah, you're just gonna ask me about my wife. You're not gonna ask me about the girls. Okay, okay. Yeah, that works. And I mean, yeah, that makes sense, right? Obviously, if she's not gonna waste any time asking about Bella and Cece because it is assumed that a 4 and a 3-year-old are with their mother. So the question here is surrounding Shanann. If something happened to her, then we can assume that something bad happened to the girls. And look at what Chris starts doing. Okay. What? I keep seeing Dragon something brought up that makes people forget things. Oh, what? Something makes people forget things? Is it a potato head brain? Is it just a bunch of mashed potato in the skull? Is that what makes people forget things? I would think so. Hey, honey. Hey, honey. Welcome. Welcome to Alive. All right, let's continue.
Specifically. Okay. The next question I was going to ask you was,
Yeah, his throat is a little parched. Notice that his throat is parched every time that he has to answer a really tough question. Okay, you're gonna ask me if I killed my wife. Okay. I mean, even during his front porch interviews, as we know, you can hear that gulp. He had the microphone right through his neck. I do wonder if they did that on purpose. If the news crews, they saw him and they're like, "There's something fishy with this guy. Let's put the microphone right here, right on the throat." So he has the microphone literally like this, and he's like, every time that he's being asked questions. So he obviously couldn't get away with it because the microphone caught everything, even his heartbeat, even his heartbeat. Let's continue.
are you lying about the last time you saw her?
No.
And describe the last time that you saw her.
Last time I saw her, she was in bed after I had talked to her.
Okay. Alive?
Laying in bed, like, she just physically laid in bed.
Okay. Was she crying still? Was she saying anything?
She just physically laid in bed. I mean, how else do you lay in bed unphysically? Unless you hover. How do you hover? Only Chris can hover, but that's only after a little bit of magic, right? You need to bring some magic. Let's go ahead and watch that. Yeah, right? You know, a little bit of magic, a little bit of potion, and a little witch to come in and say, Chris, I'm going to elevate you. So Chris is really the only one that is able to hover in the air like that. So I don't know what he means by, oh, she was physically in the bed. Yeah, no shit, Chris. No shit. Let's continue. Come on.
Anything? Was she?
She had just told me she was going to go to a friend's house with the kids and she'd be back later. And that was the last time I saw her.
So describe what she looked like. Was she like on her back, on her side?
On her side.
On her side?
On her right side.
Could you see her face?
Yes.
Okay, and what does her face look like?
She had mascara that kind of running down a little bit.
Okay, and that is?
She didn't take her makeup off before she went to bed that night.
Okay.
Obviously, because...
So to your knowledge,
that's the last time I saw her.
That's the last time you would have seen her?
Yes. And the last time I saw the kids was in the monitor as it was like.
So obviously, if someone, we have to talk about worst case scenarios. If for some reason you murdered her, that would not have been the last time you saw her. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that.
Okay. Because obviously she's not in the house, and if she got murdered in the house, she obviously got out of the house somehow.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So at some point, the person, if they did hurt her or murder her, they would have saw her again.
Yep.
She was laying in the...
Exactly, Laurel. Yes, he's telling the truth now. You notice that switch? It's very obvious almost when he goes from lying and then when he goes to telling the truth. Oh yeah, I did see her face. She had mascara running down. That's truth. That's truth right there. But he remembers that mascara was running down her face when he was murdering her. So that's the one thing that he sprinkled in there with the truth in a bunch of BS lies. Oh my God. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up, Laurel. Because yeah, it's very clear. You can definitely see the shift in his body language and then how he starts answering the question. It's very, very obvious, at least to me. And for a lot of you too as well. You could make a cartoon. Yes. Let's continue.
The bed crying or, with her mascara running down or whatever. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that.
Okay. The last question I want to ask you is if you know where Shanann is now.
I do not.
Okay. Obviously, you've talked to the police, you've helps with the missing person investigation. So this would be more like, you know, maybe Shanann did call you, you know, a couple nights ago, and like, dude, just don't tell him, like, I just can't handle this right now, like, I just need to get away, like, just, you know, keep it on the down low, whatever. Maybe she told you that. Maybe if you were a person that murdered her, you obviously dumped her body somewhere or had someone else help you dump her body, you would know where that site was or where that place was. Does that make sense now? If the last time you saw her was when she was laying in bed, when she was alive and kind of having makeup run down her face.
It's so crazy how Tammy Lee is basically telling Chris exactly what he did back to him. They don't even know anything at this point. They just know that he definitely did something to his family. They know, or at least I think at this point they're probably like 90% sure that he murdered them. But it's crazy how accurate she is. Oh yeah, maybe you killed her in the house. And maybe you drove her somewhere. Maybe you got rid of her, you disposed her at the site, or you know, wherever you disposed of her. It's crazy how accurate they are, right? I mean, of course, they do this for a living. This is their job, and I mean, obviously, um, if a wife and children go missing, the primary suspect is always the spouse, right? I mean, they're the last person that saw them. What happened? You're having a marital discord, and then all of a sudden your wife disappears, right? Obviously, he's a primary suspect, but it's just very crazy how close they were to the truth, even before they knew anything about it. And Chris is just sitting here like, holy shit, how much do they know? Oh my God. He's such an idiot. He's definitely, this is nothing like any of the movies he's ever watched. Cause he's like, wait, I was supposed to at least get a week with my girlfriend. No, is this not how it works? I'm not supposed to get away with this? Okay. What an idiot. No, Chris, that is fiction.
Obviously that wouldn't be, you wouldn't know where she is, right? Because obviously right now we can't find her.
No.
Does that make sense to you? Do all those questions make sense to you?
Yes.
So what would you answer to all of those questions?
I had nothing to do with what's going on right now. I did not physically harm her.
Okay.
I did, the last time I saw her was in bed, laying on her side, with some mascara on her face after we had a conversation. And I do not know where she is right now.
Okay.
Those are,
Yep.
okay.
So you nailed them perfectly. Who do you think would have hurt Shanann and the girls? Like, who do you think would have done something to them?
Honestly, it's like we've exhausted like every option that we have of people that know.
Like, even if it's kind of crazy, like, what is your one go-to, like, thought about what could have happened?
That it's somebody I don't know, and I don't know who they are or what they're about, and that they have her and the kids, and that they're not safe right now, and that they've been physically hurt.
Okay. So,
I don't know who they are or what they are about, and they've been physically hurt. The excuse was always blame it on someone else. Blame it on a fictional character. Just blame it on the aliens. Blame it on a ghost. What, he thought this was okay? This is gonna do it. Oh, case closed. I guess this becomes a cold case now because we don't know. It's just someone that he doesn't know. I mean, come on. Oh my goodness. Hey, crime deep dive. Yes, I can see you. But yeah, isn't this so weird? Again, come on. The thing is, it's not weird, right? It's not weird in the sense that we know what he did, but it's weird because it just doesn't match the story. It doesn't match the plan and how it was supposed to go. And he's just struggling the whole time. Let's continue.
obviously, like I said, we kind of have to expect the worst and hope for the best. If we do end up finding your wife and your two girls murdered, what do you think should happen to that person that would have done that?
The worst possible thing.
Like what?
I mean, it's either going to be like life in prison or the death penalty, isn't it? And that's the only two things you really can do. I think that's the only thing you really, that's the only penalty you have.
This is the most telling of this whole segment. When Chris Watts was asked, "What do you think should happen to your family?" Or sorry, "What do you think should happen to the person who did this to your family if your family is found to be dead?" He says, "The death penalty or life in prison." I don't know, right? Is that correct? He's asking the question, is that the correct answer, ma'am? Should it be the death penalty? Life in prison, maybe? I mean, those are the only two options you have, really. This is interesting to me because, again, it sounds like he Googled it. It sounds like he looked it up. It sounds like someone told him that the only two options at this point is life in prison and the death penalty for what he did. Doesn't it? Sounds very, very familiar to the blunt force object statement, to the I have no inclination where they're at statement. It does sound like this is something that Chris looked up. Or it sounds like this is something that he and maybe another person, NK, talked about on the phone for an entire night while they were playing three-way phone call with the police. It does sound like Nicole Kessinger or maybe somebody else told him, "Hey, Chris, the only two options you really have if they find out that your family was murdered is the death penalty and life in prison." And this is why Chris came up with this. This is the only thing that he can say. Now, any normal person who didn't murder their family and they asked you, "Hey, what do you think should happen to the evil, disgusting piece of shit that murdered your family?" You're not going to sit there and be like, "I don't know. Well, what are the two options that the state allows? Let me know." "Oh, is it just the death penalty? Then I guess that." No, you're not going to be sitting there thinking about what the state allows. Come on. No, the guillotine. I'd be like, throw him off a cliff. Put him in there with Stockton Rush. He wants to take a little trip to the Titanic. Throw his ass in there. Throw him for free. Right? I would be saying all kinds of things. He wants to go to Mount Everest. Go for it. Go for it. But don't give him any jackets. Don't give him any oxygen. Tell him to go and climb up it by himself, right? I would come up with all kinds of things that I cannot say on YouTube, and that's why I'm coming up with other little things. But, right, obviously, you would say the most horrific things. This is what that piece of shit deserves for doing to my family. But no, he goes down the list of what the state would allow. I don't know, 5 to life, maybe 10 to life. Manslaughter, is that what that would be? I don't really know. What are the options that I have here? I'm sorry. What are the options that the murderer has? I'm asking for a friend. It's such a dead giveaway. Stop. Yeah, you know what we're talking about, right? Stockton Rush. Oh my God, that guy. That guy. I mean, yeah, we can go down a whole rabbit hole with, the egotistical man. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But yeah, right? These are the things that a normal person would say if your family actually got murdered. You're not going to be thinking, "Well, what does DA Rourke want to do?" I don't know. I think that's too much. Mm-mm. Come on. No one's going to say that. Yeah, you always say the worst if you're innocent. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, oh my God. Yeah, I don't even want to think about it. If somebody kidnapped my cats, did something to them, I'll take, yeah, justice into my own hands, right? Like that's what people say. But no, that's not what he said. No. What does the state of Colorado allow? I looked it up and it says here that the only two options available for someone who did that, the death sentence, it says, maybe they might get rid of it though. And then it also says life without parole. I think that would be the two options that I would give him, right? Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, he knew he deserved the death penalty. Let's continue.
And there's some people that are like, well, obviously that person's really screwed up and maybe they deserve some,
Yeah, I just know because it's my wife and my kids. So like from a neutral perspective, then that'd be different.
Mm-hmm.
But it's my wife and kids.
Okay. Do you know anything else about? I mean, is there anything you haven't told the
That's my wife and kids. I mean, since it's my wife and kids, I would want the guy to get the death penalty, right? It's like he's asking for advice. Like, can you give me the right answer? I don't know what the right answer is. Am I supposed to feel some type of anger because my family was taken from me? Wow. Rourke talked them out of it. Lazy Rourke. Oh my goodness. Rourke. I mean, we are, oof. Rourke. We have a lot of research into Rourke. But anyway, let's continue.
Detectives that you want to share with us today?
No, I mean, we've exhausted every option of trying to reach out to friends and family that may have seen her or heard from her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, we have like nothing really else to like go off of right now as far as like who could have her
Who?
or where she could be.
Okay.
Who could
Okay.
have her?
I'm gonna have you take a bathroom break because
Thank
we've
you.
been in here quite a while. I need one as well.
Wow, you saw that loud sigh he let out? Okay, Chris, we're gonna have you take a bathroom break. Oh my God, yes. I need help. I need to text Nikki. Hey, Nikki, I need help. How do I answer this question? They're asking me a lot of questions that I don't know how to answer. They asked me what's out at Survey 319. I just told them there's a lot of sunflowers. Is that the right answer? What do you think I should say? More sheep? Absolute moron. What an idiot. Yeah, but he let out a huge sigh because he just can't wait to get up out of there. I mean, he probably shit himself. So now he has to go get a new change of underwear, I'm sure. That's why he's like, hey, daddy, I have pants in the car. Can you go grab them for me? Yeah, everyone can smell it in the room. Everyone's like, is Chris Watts still getting interrogated? Yeah, he is. He is. But anyway, they're about to let him out. He's going to go run to the bathroom. He's going to go change his pants because he just shit himself. And yeah, we're going to see it. Then he's going to get hooked on to the polygraph. But let's continue.
Let me find out which bathroom you're actually supposed to use. Hopefully one of them will come in here and help us figure out which bathroom. And then we're going to come back in here. And then again, I'm going to tell you how and why the polygraph works, and we're just going to get kind of into the testing, if
Right.
that's cool with you, okay? Because you already know what the questions are that I care about, so, okay? All right, so let me see if someone can direct you to the bathroom real quick.
Tammy is like, this guy, he's chopped liver. This guy.
What up? Hey, Chris.
Yes.
Why don't you, I'll just take you out to the lobby.
There it is. This is the photo that I grabbed for our thumbnail right now because he's like, eh? Did you say my name? He's so nervous. I think right here, he probably thinks he's about to get arrested. He's like, oh, wait, hold on. Wait, huh? So I don't have to do the polygraph? Oh, I'm already under arrest? Bye, Cosmo. Oh, no, Cosmo. See ya. It pisses me off how he's, what is it? How he's so comfortable in prison. Oh my God. Yes, it does. He's a little king. He gets treated like a little prince. Protect me, officers. But anyway, yeah, let's continue. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at how he gets up. He goes to the bathroom and then he comes back and he's like, okay, I got my answers now and I have fresh diapers. All right, let's continue.
And then I'll just have you sit right there real quick, and then I'll come grab you.
So we have this here?
Oh, you can take it with you, whatever. Throw it in your pockets.
Wow.
No.
Wow. Now he's back.
You want a Gatorade?
I'm good, thank
Are
you.
you sure?
Yeah.
I figured maybe you want some.
Just
Water.
Oh, maybe.
I figured, are you sure? I figured you're going to have a parched throat and a dry ass by the time you're out of here. Yeah, because you're going to go to jail. No, but he's like, no, it's okay. I can just use my tongue to wet my lips. Yeah. I mean, he's almost out of water. Somebody give the man a little bit of water. He's going to need it. He's definitely going to need it. Yeah, Cindy's little prince. All right, let's continue.
Okay.
Look at how he's laughing.
Do you want a Mountain Dew?
Oh, no, no Mountain Dew.
You stay away from that
I've
stuff?
had a soda in like Years.
Well, don't start now, right?
Don't start.
Do you have any bad habits?
I used to, like Oreos and soda were my...
It's so funny. I think it's funny that Tammy Lee's like, well, don't start now. Yeah, he's not going to start. Never, ever, ever. He's not going to start because he's going straight to jail. Oh, don't start now. No, don't start eating that junk food, Chris. Little did he know, he's eating tuna and mackerel spread in prison, sharing it with Chucky the cockroach, all the mice, and all kinds of other animals that live under his little rack, his little bunk mates. All the little critters. Yeah. Interesting, right? And he's like, okay. Aw. I was gonna say, oh, poor guy. No, fuck him. Let's continue.
My go-to.
During the pregnancy?
Yep.
What kind of soda did you like?
I'll do.
Did you?
That's what I like.
Everyone at work makes fun of me for drinking it.
No, like, my favorite was like the Baja Blast. Mountain Dew.
Oh, see, I didn't like that.
He counts his macros, so no soda. None for me, Tammy. Sorry. My girlfriend is managing my macros because I'm trying to grow my biceps by an inch. She says I need to eat more chicken. Just the skin, though. Just the skin.
Because don't they still have that at
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell?
That's where it was.
That's right.
Steak quesadilla and Mountain Dew Baja Blast was my go-to.
Let's go over the questions that are going to be on the test. Is that cool with you?
Yeah.
Just so you know the words
Is that
to
cool
all the
with you?
questions and there's no surprises and that kind of stuff, okay? And then we'll...
Am I allowed to, like, breathe, like, during this?
Yeah, I'll explain.
No, Chris, hold your breath. Hold your breath for the entire hour. You'll do us all a big favor. All of us. You would save every one of us a lot of taxpayer dollars, you know. DA Rourke is not going to have to go knocking on everyone's door. Spare some change. Yeah, spare some change. I'm trying to try this murderer. I just don't have money. Change. Yeah. But now he's asking, should I hold my breath? Can I even breathe throughout this? Notice that he's already weaponizing his incompetence. So yeah, I think we're right. I think that a portion, right, like a part of it is him actually being, you know, cognitively challenged. But the other thing is that he's not all that stupid. He knows that if he just plays a little more dumb, he might be able to get away with it. And that's what he's doing here. He's like, can I breathe? So that if he fails it, he can say, oh, I just wasn't breathing. I was holding my breath the whole time. That's why I failed, because I just passed out. Come on. Breathe, Chris, breathe. Yes. Let's continue.
And all of that to you. It's, you're obviously still a person and you still have functions that have to go on for you to be alive. So, yes, you'll be able to breathe, and we just don't want you to move a bunch during the test. And I'll explain that to you. And it's for very short periods of time. And
that was such a sarcastic response. Do we agree? That Tammy Lee, I mean, she is definitely throwing shade at him. It's like, dude, you're so stupid. At this point, I feel like she lost all her patience that she had with him. She's like, dude, stop asking stupid questions. Yeah, I feel like she's just gave him the most sarcastic, petty answer. Like, you're still a human, right? I mean, you still need to breathe to survive. So breathe. Breathe, Chris. Yeah, he's weaponizing his incompetence. And Tammy Lee is not having it. She's like, you're not playing these stupid games with me anymore, Chris. Stop asking stupid questions. Let's continue.
I have no doubt, being a healthy guy like you are, that you'll have no problem doing that.
Okay.
Okay.
He got a compliment. Being the healthy guy that you are, you shouldn't have any problems with it, Chris. I'm told I'm very healthy. He loved it. He loves getting compliments.
I've had like 15-year-old boys up to like 85-year-old men that are able to sit still just during the polygraph. So
Okay.
I have no doubt someone like you is more than able to sit still.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go over...
Okay. That was another one of those little sarcastic, shade that she's throwing at him, right? She's like, I've had 15-year-old boys and 85-year-old men. They can all sit still. You're fit. I can see it, I guess. So you shouldn't have any problem just sitting still. She's calling him out on all of his bullshit, and I love it. I love it because she's still doing it in a polite way that doesn't make Chris feel threatened or offended, right? He doesn't feel attacked just yet. But I do feel that he's definitely embarrassed, right? Do we get the same feeling? What do you guys think? He's such a dumbass. Crime. Crime. Yeah, he is. But do we get that feeling? Is it just me? Yeah, Shelly. Right? I feel that that's what's happening here. But again, she does, Tommy's girl. She has amazing restraint. God, if it were me, I would have just in the back of the head real quick. Like, Chris, stop asking stupid questions. You just hear it. It sounds hollow. You know, like those bouncy balls that you find at the grocery stores. They sell for like $10 now, but they used to be like $2. You play handball with them. You know, when you hit them, they go ding, ding, ding. That's what his head would sound like. Ding. Her hand bounces back. Ding. Whoa, hold up. What is this? Let's continue.
For the questions that are going to be on the test, like I said, I'm going to tell you every single question. There's not a question I'm just going to add, for the thrill of it or anything like that. You're going to know all the words. So the first question that's going to be on the test is going to be regarding Shanann's disappearance. Do you intend to answer all of the questions truthfully?
Yes.
Okay. And you're only going to get to answer yes or no to these questions, okay?
Oh, okay.
So it's easy because, there should be no question in your mind whether you need to answer yes or no to the questions, okay? So the first relevant question that I'm going to ask that we had already gone over is going to be, did you physically cause Shanann's disappearance?
No.
Are you lying about the last time you saw Shanann?
No.
And I'm saying her name right?
Yep.
Right, okay. And then do you know where Shanann is now?
No.
Okay, so those are the three that we'd already discussed before, right? So physically causing someone's disappearance is either, obviously harming them to the point where they, are either dead or can no longer function out, maybe you left them for dead, in some field somewhere or something like that. So maybe they weren't actually deceased, but, that you would have been the direct cause of their disappearance, okay? So that makes sense to you? Okay. And then obviously, lying about the last thing you saw her.
Yep.
That would be because maybe you helped someone or you did it yourself or something like that, and then you helped
Someone
dispose
helped
of them
him.
or put them somewhere, or lock them up somewhere or whatever, okay?
Okay.
And then knowing where she is now. Again, that would be either some kind of direct knowledge, like you either saw it, you did it, you know where you put them, or
Ladybug.
someone told you where they are, or something like that. Or if Shanann called you and said, this is where I'm at, but you haven't told the police that kind of stuff, okay? Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay, so you're going to be taking what's called a directed lie polygraph. So what that means is there are going to be questions on the test where I want you to lie. Because I want to see what your body looks like when you tell a lie on the test. Okay, I know it seems kind of...
Did you notice how he's like, wait, huh? So you want me to lie? Okay, that's easy. Did you notice how he's like, oh, this is going to be an easy test for me. I lie all the time. But then she's like, no, hold up. Don't get too excited yet, Chris. I can tell you're getting a little excited there. No, no, I need you to lie to me so that I know what you react like when you lie to me. And then all of a sudden, Chris is like, can I get another bathroom break? All of a sudden, he's like, can I get that water? I think my throat is parched again. Yeah, can we just take another break now? No? Okay. Oh man, again, I love watching him squirm in his seat because he's such an idiot. He's about to get caught. And it's just, to me, it's satisfying to watch. It's satisfying to know that he was squirming and that his brain was going a million an hour and that he knew at that point, oh, he's never going to see his mistress again. It's so satisfying to me. But anyway, call me mean. I don't care. He murdered his family. Okay, so whatever. Let's continue.
kind of weird, but you're gonna know which questions these are, and they're gonna be easy to answer. So it's gonna be like, they're all gonna start with before 2018. So this first one is before 2018. Did you ever lose your temper with someone you cared about? We've all lost our temper with someone we've cared about in our life. So I want you to think about, you don't have to tell me what it is, but I want you to actually have that moment in your mind when you actually lost your temper with someone you cared about.
Okay.
Whether it was with Shanann, whether it was with your parents, whether it was with your children, I mean, it could be with anyone, but it was
Do you
a
want me
time.
to say no to that one?
Yes, so you're gonna actually lie to that question, since we
Okay.
all have lost our temper with someone we've cared about
Okay.
before. So I'm gonna say before 2018, did you ever lose your temper with someone you cared about? And you're gonna say,
No.
because you're telling
Lie.
awesome. The next one of those, because there's only 3 of those, the next one's gonna be before 2018. Remember, it's all gonna start with that, before 2018. If you ever hear that on the test, that is your clue to go, crap, this is a question I have to lie to on the test, okay?
Okay.
So this one's gonna be before 2018. Did you ever say anything out of anger to a loved one?
It's gonna be,
Well, we've all said something out of anger
Okay.
to a loved one, but
So it's
I
gonna be
want you
no.
to take a minute and actually think of a time when you've actually said something out of anger to a loved one. You have
Okay.
something in your head?
Is he actually being confused here? I think he's genuinely confused. This part, what do you guys think? Do you think he's genuinely confused? He's definitely. He thinks he's smarter and better, of course. He's definitely confused here. He's like, wait, you want me to lie? I don't get it. What do you want me to do, lady? I mean, it's very basic, right? It's simple. Lie about the things that she's asking. So she's asking him prior to 2018, did you get angry at a family member? He's supposed to say no because that's a lie. She's saying all of us get angry at a family member. So saying no would be a lie because everyone gets angry at family members. She's trying to gauge his guilt at this point, right? So she's trying to do 2 things at a time, which is trying to gauge the lie and then also the guilt. Does he feel guilty when he lies? And is it a lie? But he doesn't get it. Yeah, I think so too, Irish. Yeah, he knows it's over. Yeah, I think part of his brain, he's like, shit, this is, I don't even know. Like, should I even try? Right. And then the other half, he's kind of still sitting there like an absolute moron. He doesn't even have to take the polygraph. I'm glad he did, but he didn't have to. He could have just said, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm leaving. Scott Peterson didn't take the polygraph. Let's continue.
yeah.
Okay. And I want you to actually think of that when you answer this question on the test, okay? So again, before 2018, did you ever say anything out of anger to a loved one? You're gonna say,
No.
because you're telling
Lie.
awesome. The last one is before 2018, have you ever wanted to hurt someone to get even with them? Not that you actually hurt them, but that maybe they pissed you off so bad, you know, that you were like, oh, I can punch that guy in the face right now, or, you know, whatever. Not that you actually ended up even hurting anyone, but that you ever thought about hurting someone to get even with them. So I want you to take a moment and think about a time, and just make sure that you do have something in your head.
Jerry. Jerry, the elevator stuck on the 3rd floor.
Okay.
Got it? So when I ask you this question on the test, before 2018, have you ever wanted to hurt someone to get even with them? You're gonna say,
No.
because you're telling
Lie.
awesome.
Now he's getting it. And he's like, okay, can you explain it to me for the 10,000th time, please? That's what Nikki does for me, lady. Can you please just write it down? And I need different colors too. Can you just highlight it? Because I don't get it. And I also need little pictures. Yeah. Can you draw like little happy faces? Because I don't get it otherwise. Chris needs to be told over and over again for him to understand it, apparently. Because now this is the second time, and she's like, okay, so I'm gonna ask you this, and you're gonna say what? Lie? Yes, Chris, exactly. And he's like, oh, okay, yay, I got it. This is how simple he is. He's a simpleton. Oh my God. Just give him a gold star, Tammy. That's all she had to do. Just bring out some stickers, give him a little gold star every time he does okay. That's right, Chris. Here you go. Gold star for you. Get him a little motivated. Oh, he's so pathetic. He's so pathetic. Eric, said, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Eric says, Chris Watts' potato head when done with his polygraph. Nailed it. Tammy, you're a horrible liar. Thank you for being a horrible liar. Exactly. In Chris's head, he's like, oh, I definitely got this in a bag. I'm out of here. I'm going to go to Aspen this weekend with my girlfriend. The whole time, everyone's like, bro, you failed it miserably. Miserably. Oh my goodness. And then he tries to get away with it. What an idiot. Calling his lawyers, they tricked me. They told me to take the polygraph and then they told me to lie. Yeah, that's part of the polygraph test, Chris. You didn't even have to take it. You didn't have to take it. Wow. Let's continue.
The next questions are what we call known truth questions. They're going to be really easy to answer. So it's going to be, is your first name Christopher?
Yes.
Good. Were you born in 1985?
That's a lie.
Yes.
Are you now in the state?
Isn't that a lie? His name is not Christopher, it's Twistifer. That's a lie. No, it's Twistifer. Let's continue.
State of Colorado?
Yes.
Are you now sitting down?
Yes.
Are the lights on in this room?
Yes.
Do you understand that I will only ask you the questions we have discussed? That's the last
Yes.
question. Okay. So we just went through every single question on the test.
Okay.
So the only questions that you'll hear come out of my mouth. Okay? So let me go through those one more time and you just say yes or no how you would answer them on the test. Okay?
One more time, Chris. One more time.
Regarding Shanann's disappearance, do you intend to answer all of the questions truthfully?
Yes.
Did you physically cause Shanann's disappearance?
No.
Are you lying about the last time you saw Shanann?
No.
Do you know where Shanann is now?
No.
Before 2018, did you ever lose your temper with someone you cared about?
No.
Before 2018, did you ever say anything out of anger to a loved one?
No.
Before 2018, have you ever wanted to hurt someone to get even with them?
No.
Okay. Is your first name Christopher?
Yes.
Were you born in 1985?
Yes.
Are you now in the state of Colorado?
Yes.
Are you now sitting down?
Yes.
Are the lights on in this room?
Yes.
Do you understand that I will only ask you the questions that we have discussed?
Yes.
Okay. That's it.
Yay. He's got it. Yay. He figured it out. Woo. Let's celebrate. Chris, he figured it out. And even then, he still hesitated. He's like, no? Right? This guy is so absolutely stupid. So stupid. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and stop it here, you guys. Look at this. We are halfway through. We are halfway through it. Then we're gonna get into the actual polygraph. This is the best part. And then we're gonna get into the rest of it, which is the actual full interrogation when Graham Coder and Tammy Lee come in and they just go at it. They put him on the spot and then he has to do basically nothing, but at that point he needs to tell the truth. He at least has to admit to doing something because he failed the polygraph so miserably. But yeah, we're gonna get into this one next time. What? Yeah, and yeah, we're gonna get through for our next live stream. I want to get through the entire polygraph. All right, so the entire actual polygraph exam, and then break it up, and then go into the actual interrogation, and then yeah, break it up, see what else we can add to our calendar, because it does seem that every time that we have another one of these interviews, something new pops up, and we have to put it in our calendar. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our poll before we get out of here. All right, so what do we think of Chris Watts saying luring someone to the trap? Okay, so 43%, there's truth to it that he did lure her, and 40% say that he and Nicole Kessinger lured her. And then 17% say that he's just coming up with scenarios at that point. Okay? Yeah. I'm definitely on the side of that he lured her. This is why he was telling the truth. So there was truth sprinkled in there with the lie. As we know, this is something that Chris Watts does. He's very good at it. And so is Nicole Kessinger. But yeah, I do believe that the reason that he was saying luring someone in is because that's exactly what he did. He waited for her.